You know, at first it might seem like this is a book about destruction, death, violence, oppression, devastation, stuff like that. But, you know, to me it's really a book about options and about hope. I bet almost everyone in this room saw the latest poll that was featured on the front page of Buffalo News, I think last week, about how we're living in this second poorest city in this country, in this prosperous United States of America. And it's not really, probably not really much of a surprise to most of us. And hopefully everyone in this room recognizes that this government has been engaged in a gruesome war overseas for half a decade that they haven't even been able to give an adequate explanation for, or a reason why. The situations that are brought up in this book and the lessons, the issues that are raised in here are as relevant today as they were when Sam was planting bombs around Manhattan. The system slaughters people, innocent people, and destroys the environment all around the world, day in and day out. And some of us, you know, want to try to do something about it. Figure maybe something should be done about it. This democratic country that we're living in, you know, raises us to believe that there are legal, peaceful ways of changing these problems that we face day in and day out. And I pray to God that that's true. And people have been trying to find those ways for a long time. A lot of people have been looking real hard for a long time and sacrificed a lot, generation after generation. And I don't think anyone's really quite found it yet, obviously, because we're living in this situation still. So the things that are raised in this book, bombing, prison riots, robbery, whatever, illegal stuff, radical stuff, might seem a little bit too extreme or too radical for some of us where we're standing right now, and probably should seem a little too extreme and too radical for some of us where we are coming from in this country right now. But our circumstances are constantly evolving. This world is a turbulent, wild place. The city is a really wild place. And our personal circumstances can change in an instant and will change in our lives drastically. And at some point, when we're looking at the issues that are raised in this book, they might look a little different to us than they used to. Sam's story, the story that's in this book, is just a window into a whole new world of options and possibilities. We're raised, like I said, to think that there are certain things we can do to change the system, and when we try to do those, a lot of times we're met with frustration, disillusion, alienation, and then we just go back to taking care of ourselves, or being involved in our art, or going to do our work, or whatever it is. But there are other things we can do when we feel the circumstances are warranted, and that's what this book is about. This is a book about somebody who is no different than Nate or anyone else in this room who was frustrated. Who is very, very legitimately frustrated with what's going on in this country and wants to see some revolutionary change, and risked everything that they had to do it. The government doesn't want us to know that those options are possible. They don't want us to know that it's a reality that people are what drive this government, and that people are what drive our own societies, and that we can do whatever we want to stop what's going on, to change what's going on. They don't want us to know that. So they decided to call Sam Mad Bomber Melville. That was their name for him in prison, Mad Bomber Melville. And when he died in the Attica uprising, was killed by a policeman who was storming the prison, they printed all over the paper, Mad Bomber Melville is dead. Nobody will worry nobody will shed a tear over Mad Bomber Melville. Well, when you call somebody crazy, the effect is that it dismisses everything that they ever said or did or stood for or believed in. And so that's the idea behind Mad Bomber Melville. Just dismiss those ideas outright. I know what I think, and everyone, is welcome to have their own opinion on it, but I know what I think about what Sam did and what people like the Weather Underground and the Black Panther Party and the Black Liberation Army and all kinds of organizations throughout history, the Underground Railroad. I stand for all of that, and that's why I wrote this book, because I want people to get a different perspective than what the media says. If there's only one really simple thing you learn by reading this book, it's that the media lied really, really badly about Attica. Don't ever forget that. Everything they ever wrote in the newspaper about Attica is a total lie, and it's documented in here. And when you understand that, then it makes you question what they're saying about Iraq and Afghanistan, and about Buffalo, and about all of us. So really, that's all I really want to say. We're going to show this video. I'll be selling the books up here. Please feel free to have food, enjoy yourselves, mingle, discuss important issues, hopefully. And never give up your last option. Some of these things that are raised in this book are what we might consider our last resort or our last option. It's easy to say, I would never do that. Those people are crazy. Don't do it. When your back is against the wall, your last option is the most important thing that you've got. So don't give it up. Show the video. Thanks.